Shut up and sit down.
Hello, my friends. Welcome back to episode 4 of No BS. Glad you're still sticking around. I hope you learned a little something last week about calories in. This week, we're going to tackle calories out. I'm not so much going to get into how to burn calories, as in what's more perfect to do. Resistance training, cardio, HIIT training, high-low, this, that, bang, boom. I'm not going to talk about today. I'm just going to talk about how we track our calories out. First and foremost, we're going to go with these beauties right here. How we track how many calories we're putting out. Now, things have gotten a lot better since 20 years ago, but it's still not an exact science. Some are better than others, but they're all have a margin of error. Some more, some less. The biggest ones are the ones that track on the actual cardio equipment we use, as ellipticals, treadmills, stuff like that. Those calculations where you're just putting your weight are way off. The conditions that they measure this stuff and figure this out and calculate this stuff is very strict under certain conditions. That is not going to relate over to the regular Joe in the gym doing their stuff. So you can be off by up to 30% on the calories. So there's about a 10% margin of error on all those things. And again, it's a wide variety from Apple Watches to Fitbits, blah, blah, blah. There's a wide variety of errors there. So right then and there, that's off. Another big thing is everyone burns calories differently. Just like we digest them differently, we burn them differently. Some of the factors that include are genes. Obviously, we all know some people were made for it, some people weren't. That kind of holds true. Also, how we were as babies and what we were given as we were growing up could be factors in it too. They've done studies where mice got a certain thing when they were growing up, and they were able, as they grow older, to burn actually more calories. Another thing is something called brown fat. Now, a lot of you probably didn't know there are different kinds of fat. There's the white fat, which we all hate, but then there's the brown fat. That actually has more mitochondria in it, and actually could help you burn up to like 400 calories more, depending on how much you have. So people in colder environments actually have more brown fat, which doesn't help us here in Arizona where it's always hot. Actually burn more calories because of the amount of brown fat they have on their bodies. Another one that no one takes into consideration, and I guarantee most people don't get enough of, is sleep. Depends how much sleep you get. It can actually have your metabolism drop by lack of sleep. So right then and there, you're not getting a good night's sleep, and you're going to kill it out of boot camp for an hour and a half, destroying yourself. That doesn't mean you're not burning as many calories as somebody that did 30 to 45 minutes of resistance training who's been sleeping well and getting the nutrition they need. Another thing that's going to influence it is how much you eat. Now, most times your body is going to burn more calories to digest more food. But unfortunately, the good old law of adaptation is going to stop that, and we're actually going to burn less energy the more we do it and use less energy to digest the same amount of food. So that's why a lot of times people eat and eat and eat, and they're actually not burning as many calories. But sometimes when you're on a little bit stricter of what you're eating, you're really watching what you're eating, and then you do have a big meal, it's not going to make that big of a difference because your body is actually going to burn more calories to burn that extra food off. Now, by no means am I saying eat 10,000 calories, your body's going to burn that off, but it will burn more calories. So right then and there, depending how much you eat and how much your body has adapted to the amount of calories you're taking in, that's going to affect how your body's burning calories and how many calories are going out. Your weight will have something to do with how many calories you're going to burn also. So that's why you see a lot of times, of course, all over TLC and everything else, you see my 600-pound life, blah, 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 blah. They will lose sometimes 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds in a month sometimes. And then you get somebody who's trying to lose 10 to 15, they lose a pound and they beat themselves up because they feel like, I haven't lost anything. Why am I not losing more weight? It's because what happens is, at that higher weight, your body's going to burn more calories. It's going to burn more calories to digest food. It's going to burn more calories as you're moving. As you start to go down, your body's smaller now, it's actually going to need even less calories to get the same effect. So the calories keep going down and down and down as you shrink. Not many people take that into consideration. And even that number sometimes, depending on how much you've yo-yo dieted, which I guarantee most of us have done that. I know I've done it. I've struggled with that. Starved, ate a ton. Starved, ate a ton. That's going to throw your body off too. Your body at any point thinks it's going into starvation mode, whether you have body fat on you or not, is going to conserve calorie burning, it's going to conserve energy, and it's going to do whatever it can, like its own fuel efficiency system, like on a car. It's going to do whatever it can to shut down what it doesn't need and conserve as much energy as possible. So right then and there, that throws off the calories too. And the final thing, good old hormones, right ladies? Good old hormones. So during your menstrual cycle, all through the month, you're actually burning different amounts of calories because your metabolism is different all through your cycle. Even more things that women have to deal with. Sorry, ladies. So what does this all say altogether here? It can be up to 25% margin of error on what you're actually tracking calories out. And put that with the margin of error of calories in, it's a big mess, and you wonder why people get so frustrated that they feel like they're doing so good and they're not getting the results they want. Or if they do it for a while, it does not last. That's why I feel a better way is, let's get our bodies acting like they were supposed to. Let's eat the way we were supposed to. Let's move more. Let's work on the basics. Let's let our body tell us what we need. Let our bodies show us the way and stop trying to figure everything out externally and let the body do what it was made to do. Yes, these days we have more processed foods, more choices. We don't have to go get our food. We don't have to hunt our food. So we're not expending as much energy there to actually get the food into our mouth. But still, our bodies were made to take care of their amazing things. And if we teach it again to do what it's supposed to do, you can live a healthy life without tracking your calories and killing yourself in the gym. And being consistent, and over time, you will get the results you want. Maybe not the fitness model who's on the album, on the fitness covers, but that's not realistic. What's realistic is a strong, pain-free, healthy you that'll live a long, healthy life, and a happy one at that. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Everybody make sure you like, share, the whole 9 yards. Comment. If you have any questions, message me, comment. If you have any suggestions on what you'd like to hear about, please do them in the comments below. And we'll be back next week with another episode. So you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time on No BS.